Hello, this is Lieutenant Phillips with the Clackamas County Sheriff's Office. I'm calling to speak with Mr. Jeffrey Scheid.
A West Linn couple received a phone call with an unusual request.
Emotionally, it's your son, and so you're wanting to help however you can.
A man claiming to be a Clackamas County Sheriff's Office lieutenant said their son was in jail and they could help.
He just started talking about that he was going to be released and that he had to get a device for his ankle.
Doubtful, the Scheids ended the call, but their son has been arrested before. They decided to check it out, pulling up the Clackamas County jail roster online. What they found made them rethink everything. Their son had been arrested earlier that day for drug possession. The call now seemed much more credible.
Any opportunity that presents itself to help him, we are on board.
The caller wanted more than $2,000 to help pay for a monitoring device and outpatient treatment.
Well, I always consider us pretty savvy when it comes to this stuff. And the fact that we were kind of buying into it a bit.
Jeff Scheid asked if he would take any payment to the Clackamas County Sheriff's Office. The caller said no, it's through a third party. Bring cash to this address, which turned out to be a nearby 7-Eleven.
And that's obviously red flags went off.
The Scheids realized they had entertained a scam far longer than they thought they ever would. They reported it to law enforcement.
It was taking advantage of somebody who's really in a position of vulnerability.
The Clackamas County Sheriff's Office says they've received a few reports about this new type of scheme, targeting family members of people in custody.
I mean, they're going into detail, right, and doing their homework.
Public Information Officer Ross Clemson says there's one rule to remember.
Law enforcement agencies in general, no one will ever call you and ask you for money. It just doesn't happen.
The jail roster is publicly available, but you can only search by name, not date. Clemson doesn't know how someone knew to call the Scheids on the day their son was arrested just hours later. Maybe it was luck, or maybe they used an AI tool. He says it's unfortunately creative. Jeff Scheid still thinks about it.
And I'd love to know how they got that information so fast. That's the mystery.
The Scheids say the scammer used urgency to elicit an emotional response.
I think when they talked about the outpatient treatment being involved in the process, that was a real hook for me.
The more you think about it after the fact, the more implausible it is.